Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I wanted to take a look at the Lynx here in today's video and kind of talk about it a little bit. So this is kind of like my first impressions of the ship. Unfortunately, I missed out on the opportunity to check it out for myself. So what I'm going to be doing is kind of reacting to another video about it and adding in my commentary. I will link the video in the video description so you guys can check it out. And what I usually do is I don't watch these videos in their entirety to kind of encourage you guys to go check out the video for yourself. But I did want to just take a quick look at the Lynx here and talk about a few things. At the end of this video, I will kind of gather together my final thoughts and kind of give you guys my verdict of this ground vehicle. Now, I haven't really seen too many content creators talk about the Lynx too much because I don't know how interested people are in this vehicle. Ultimately, it is just a more luxurious version of the Ursa rover. Yeah, it's kind of tough to say. Now, I know a lot of people kind of already own this vehicle because it came with the Phoenix, I believe. So again, if you already own a Phoenix, you might already have this vehicle, and so then yeah, you have an opportunity to check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna link this guy's video in the video description. But without further ado, let's check it out. I'm gonna kind of fast forward here to the development parts, and then at the end I will talk about some things. All right, so here we go, we got it. This is the RSI Lynx, and so this person is going in and he's checking out the interior, which we kind of already saw on ISC. But I think this guy does a pretty good walk around. Again, his video will be linked in the video description if you guys want to check out this walkthrough in its entirety for yourself. Again, you know, the convention is this week, so you guys will be able to see it for yourself pretty soon. So we've got some shelves, you could put some stuff, again with PES and, you know, as many things being physicalized as they are, you can really actually take advantage of that. I'm assuming this is some kind of component bay. Yeah, you got more components here. And with 319, you can take these components out, you can sell them. You've got your guns here. It's a good looking vehicle, you know. 2 captain seats in the back. Flip out TV screen. Okay, each passenger gets a screen. And I guess the idea is at some point these screens will, you know, display different things. You might be able to interact with them at some point. Right now it's just showing you, you know, commodity stuff. Got a table in the middle. Some windows. It looks like that side door is the only entrance. You got seats. Pilot, co-pilot, driver, co-driver. It is more luxurious looking than the Ursa rover. They did change the cockpit up a little bit. I do appreciate that. You've got the new wheels and you got the gun turret on top. Looks like there's some kind of clipping issue with the wheels. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But yeah, and he shows you some more stuff about the Tumblr Storm, but we're not, you know, too worried about that. is something that's going to be in the hollow viewer. So it's not something that we're going to get now, and I will react to that when it goes on concept during Invictus. So during Invictus, CIG will more than likely have a concept sale for the Tumble Storm, where they'll kind of go over everything, and I'll make a separate video about that. But I want to talk a little bit about the Lynx now, and the role that it plays. And you guys have probably seen the video that I made about hovercrafts a little while ago. I don't know if you did or you didn't. I'll link that video below as well. But kind of my whole point around that video was that it's kind of the most useful platform that we don't have for ground vehicles right now. Again, the physics of wheel vehicles is extremely problematic. The terrain on planets is extremely problematic, and right now the three most useful vehicles that are ground vehicles in the game are the Dragonfly, the ROC, the Ballista, and the Ursa Rover. Those are 4 vehicles. Those 4 vehicles are the most useful ground vehicles in game right now that I can see. Okay, we have a lot of other ground vehicles, but they're kind of supplementary. They're not absolutely necessary for the gameplay that we currently have in game. Now, there will be more gameplay that is more geared or focused to some of these other ships, like the Spartan and the Centurion. But right now, those, in my opinion, are the 4 most necessary ground vehicles. So what ground vehicles can CIG offer that makes sense? And in my opinion, it's a pretty easy question to answer, and that is more hover vehicles. The reason why is because the control systems are the same as the flight systems. You don't have that WASD to control the steering wheels as you do with ground vehicles. And again, it's not a problem if you're using sticks to drive around on planets, but or controller, but you keyboard and mouse, it's really it's not practical at all to drive a ground vehicle with a keyboard and mouse in Star Citizen. And then on top of that, the physics is problematic. Now CIG is working on the physics. They're going to release something here pretty soon, and that's going to be really good for the game. But at the end of the day, the one thing that we really need for ground vehicles is roads. Okay, so you have the problem of the physics, you have the problem of the steering, and then you have the problem of not having roads. And hovercrafts solves all of these problems. I have noticed another trend. I've posted about hover vehicles on Reddit and Spectrum, and I've seen other people posted about hover vehicles on Reddit and Spectrum, and as far as I can see, all of these posts have been deleted by the staff. I know you're not really supposed to comment on moderation, but I have always found that really weird. I don't know if CIG doesn't want us to talk about hovercrafts or hover vehicles, that seems kind of odd to me, because we have the Dragonfly, we have the Nox, we have the hover quad, and we're getting the X1 this year. It's you know, some people say. So that's a lot of hover bikes, and we have a lot of ground vehicles, like the Cyclone and the STV and the PTV, and again the Ursa and the Lynx and the Spartan and Centurion and the Tonk. I don't understand why CIG is not talking about hover vehicles. You know, when people say, you know, what kind of vehicle do you want, it's just like, oh, I want a jalopy spaceship. Like, what is that? We don't need that. What does that mean? Okay, I don't understand why it's so hard to just come out and say, you know, We're thinking about hovercrafts, we're planning about it. Like when I talked about it, when I brought it up, people said that, oh, it's just a matter of time. CIG's probably working on something. CIG's probably going to release something. And that's what people told me. People said that this Fleet Week, they're probably going to release a hover ground vehicle. And so I was, you even saw it in my video, my first impressions of the Mirai Fury, or the Misk Fury. Again, as I said in that video, I'm just going to call it the Misk Fury. I originally thought that, hey, this might be the hover vehicle. It's not. It's a snub. We got the 2 ground vehicles, the Tumble Storm and the Lynx. Not hover vehicles. What is going on, CIG? Just take the same tech that the hover quad uses and slap it on something that looks like the STV and call it a day. You know, it's not something that you have to code that's difficult. It's not something crazy that you have to add. It's simple. You could make it complicated. You could design a vehicle from the ground up. You could do all this fancy stuff. You don't need to. Okay, we already have good hover physics in Star Citizen. We already have 4 hover vehicles in Star Citizen. I do not think we need another hover bike or another wheel vehicle. So I'm gonna kind of go and come back, and when I come back, I'm gonna show you kind of what I would like to see coming up next in the future. So give me 1 second, and I'll essentially pull it up. You got for you guys it'll be 1 second, but for me it might be like 15 minutes. I'm gonna open up Microsoft Paint and just kind of draw out what I think CIG needs to add. So yeah, give me 1 second. First thing I want to see, and just 4 vehicles, that's it. This is what I would make if I was CIG. This is what I would make ASAP. A logistics vehicle. Okay, first things first, you have the ROC. The ROC is insanely popular with ground miners. Okay, so I don't know what manufacturer you would use with this vehicle, but you essentially create a platform, kind of like the Centurion and the Ballista and all that stuff, where you have a utility mount that is interchangeable. Okay, and use this interchangeable utility mount to attach different things. Okay, so this is the first vehicle. I don't have a name for this vehicle. This is just kind of the idea I'm going for. So you have the cockpit where the person sits up front and controls the vehicle. You can see the seat right here. Then you have the boom arm. Okay, extends out past the hover pads, and this is the hover pads are kind of like what you see on the Dragonfly and the hover quad. They're just 4 legs that come out and hover and keep it level. And then you have the utility device on the end here. So this could be either a mining laser or a tractor beam. You could swap it out to make it either or. Then you got 1 SCU cargo box on the back. Now, if this is for mining, you're not going to have this. You're just going to have, you know, the bag back here. This is kind of like the engine, the place where all the components are. So you would open up this back part and you'd have your power plant and your cooler and stuff like that. And then of course it would have a shelf for 1 SU box on the back of that. Simple, utilitarian, industrial looking, very cool. I would love to see a vehicle like this in the game. Okay, especially with component attach and detach. You can, you know, set outside a hammerhead moving guns. You can set outside a caterpillar and load it up. Okay, and because it's a hover vehicle, you're not, you know, trying to turn the wheels in a specific direction. You want to go left, you just strafe left. You want to go right, you just strafe right. You don't have to turn the front of the vehicle around. And so that's why a hover vehicle platform for an industrial design like this is perfect. Originally, I said that CIG could just put a tractor beam on the end of the ROC. And the ROC is a very maneuverable vehicle. But at the end of the day, if you want to turn around, you have to turn the whole vehicle around. You have to turn the wheels if you want to go left. But with something like this, if you want to go left, you just press the A key and you're sliding left, but you can keep straight on the box that you're holding. Okay, if you want to turn 360 degrees, you just move your mouse, and so you have that much more control over managing boxes. Kind of like your player character. Your player character, you want to step to the left, you press A. You want to turn around, you move your mouse. And so that's why, to me, the hover vehicle mechanics lend itself better to movement with something like managing boxes and using a tractor beam. So for me, if they put a tractor beam on the ground vehicle, they should make it a hover vehicle. And of course, having the one SU box on the back makes sense. You take the box off the ship, you put it on the back of the hover vehicle, you take it to where you need to go. It's two vehicles in one. Forget the mule or whatever that is. The mule with the little forklift arms, so useless. Okay, it's such a cool vehicle. I like it. It is very maneuverable, but boy, is it not useful. Okay, so the first vehicle I would make is this. Let's call it the Argo crane. Okay, next vehicle is gonna be a kind of consistent platform hover vehicle. You have a cargo variant, you have a military variant, and then you have a racing variant. It's basically the same ship. Okay, so this is just my, I'm not a graphic designer, artist. I kind of just did this in like 10-15 minutes. But you got two SCU of cargo. Then you got, this is supposed to be the windshield. And then you got the driver and the co-driver. It hovers. Simple. That's it. Then you got the military variant. I would say 2 size 2s and 4 size 1 missiles. You've got less of windshield, kind of a slot, because it's a military vehicle. You want a little bit more protection as you're driving. And then you got the racing variant. So I kind of just designed this to look sleek. So I just made it more squished than the other ones. You got a bigger windshield, of course, because you want good visibility when you're racing, to look at all your corners or whatever. So that's kind of the ethos, the philosophy of what I think we need in the game. Now, again, I'm not trying to rag on CIG, because the Lynx is a part of the technical debt, something that they said that they were going to make. So, now is a good opportunity to make it. But, I don't know how well that sales of that vehicle is going to do. Because people who want it already have it, because it came with the Phoenix. People who don't want it, I don't know. It depends on the price. Now, the US Rover is not cheap. I think it's like 55 bucks. I haven't looked at it. But 55 bucks, this is luxurious. It's probably going to come in at 65. I don't see any reason why anyone would pick the Lynx up, honestly. I haven't seen any content creators make a whole lot of content around it, even though it's already in game. We only saw that one video, that 1 3-minute video that we just watched. Again, I'll link it in the video description. Go support that content creator. But yeah, I don't know, this is a tough one. To me, this is the Scorpius Antares 2.0. The intentions, I think, were in the right place. But this is going to be an absolute buy-in game for me as far as recommendations. Unless you absolutely need some type of LTI token. Which, again, at the end of the day, the Misk Fury is probably going to be a better LTI token. Because at the end of the day, you can... you're probably going to be able to pick up the Fury LTI And again, I don't think it's gonna be more than $100. You're probably gonna be able to pick that up. And then the reality is you're gonna be able to upgrade that to anything you want and it'll have LTI, and then you can just buy it in game if you do really want the Mist Fury. And to me, that would be a good suggestion to make to people who are interested in that ship. Again, the Mist Fury is cool. I want it. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna pick it up, but I'm probably not gonna keep it in my online hangar. I'm probably gonna melt or upgrade it to something else after I check it out and just buy it in game, because it's probably gonna be super cheap in game. So yeah, that's kind of my final thoughts on this one. Again, I will talk about the Tumble Storm when the concept sale goes live. The Lynx, it's going to be a hard pass for me. Again, if you want to pick it up, I would say in game. If you already own it, congratulations, it's a cool ground vehicle. Again, I don't want to take anything away from that. It is a cool ground vehicle, but for me personally, it's going to be a pass. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think CIG should make these hovercrafts? Are you confused why CIG hasn't talked about hovercrafts? Again, I don't know. I think they should make them. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. You guys have been knocking it out of the park with the likes and the comments and watching the videos and supporting, and I really appreciate it. That's huge to me. I'm going to keep bringing you guys this content. I'm going to keep talking about the stuff that you guys want to hear about. I have another video coming up pretty soon that should be pretty interesting. I wanted to talk a little bit about Quanta and Tony Z, so stay tuned for that video. It's coming up pretty soon. But yeah, if you guys like the video, hit like. If you guys want to see more videos like it, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Salute.